is going on, LG? Welcome, 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 as we are here for episode 7, lucky number 7 of LGAHL Access. I am your host, Bryson66. We're back after a live show we did last week with a few guys, but Dunks is here this week. Everyone was crying. They needed their Dunks. Dunks, welcome back, my good man.
Yeah, I was busy getting fat with my fat dad and my fat mom, so, you know, I had to hang out with them. Family time is important, I guess. The holidays are stupid, especially ones that, you know, celebrate the killing of Native American people.
There's another.
Why I brought that up?
So liberal of you.
There's another F word you describe your parents, but not on LG's terms.
Yeah, my dad's quite a big one of those, but we won't get into that.
You're gonna get the time if you continue.
If only everyone knew the inside on that joke. But anyways, I'm pretty sure they'll figure it out.
My dad's as queer as a $3 bill. Like, let's be real here.
I don't like that joke. I hate that one. Like, get out. Such an old one, man. All right, let's get on with the show here. Just a couple things today. We're gonna do lines of the week, Dunks, Detriments, top 10 power rankings. But first, we're going to talk about news around the league. First order of business, I feel, is the most important. Not to snub Buck of your All-Star game. We do think that's important. But Providence being banned of second tagging. Thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Well, it wasn't Providence, but it was like their entire fucking management team.
Well, yeah, right. Management of Providence.
Fucking shit stomped. Like, oh my.
I'm just wondering how long it's been going on for. I mean, if they did that in previous seasons, you know, I think.
Well, we know it was last season and the season before that. So Hutch got banned, Blades got banned, and then Spaz got banned, but he quit. But Jesus Christ, like, people need to come to the realization now that Brody works with EA, hand in hand, and he can literally find out. There is no.
It's not even EA. It's not even EA. It's the partnership with Xbox. He can find out.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I didn't even know that. See, people are just so ignorant with it though. Like they think, oh, I'm smarter than LG. All it takes is you screwing over one person, and you telling that one person, and you're up shit's creek without a paddle. People just need to pull their heads out of their asses and just either live with the fact that they're going to have a guy go on vacation for 2 weeks or, you know, get the fuck over it or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to rant about it too long. People are just retarded. I mean, dumb.
Yeah, that hurts.
Be a perfect time for a beat.
That hurts. Are you going to be okay, Dave?
For now. I'll cry later. Okay. I'll cry after the show.
If you need a leave of absence next week, I'll write it off.
Seriously, do I have to go to sensitivity training?
Should be enough.
Okay, good.
Do I have to go to sensitivity training for that?
Yes. Right, it's right next door to the sexual harassment.
I gotta report someone.
Oh, jeez. I'm starting a new job, so that'll be the center focus. Anyways, let's move along here. Next order of business would be the All-Star game. Dunks. Oh, just kidding, Dunks. You didn't play in it. Garrus, how was it?
Oh man, it feels so good. But I have to admit, Josh was snubbed. But kind of the rules, I think management. I think there are only certain rules for management. So I think that was a limitation for our team. I was carried by my line mates, Squid and Venom, and the defense pair of San Diego with Grandpa Hung, as we call him now, big cock guy.
Mind trip.
Only allowed in 1 goal in 2 games. So yeah, it was fun. I was carried and.
You had Mind Trip, right, on defense?
Mind Trip and Big Lou. We shit on some kids, and we get our wonder what our trophy is. So, Buck, you got to hook us up since we're not.
San Diego better write a clause every season. Their management. That Mind Trip guy is fucking ridiculous. I was impressed when I played against him on Sunday. We won 5-4, but man, broke the puck out beautifully. Literally, seriously, an NHL caliber guy. I mean, it was pretty impressive. He was good, but. Yeah, you know, the All-Star game, I applaud Buck. It's a lot of work. It's unthankful work that people just want to get butthurt over, Dunks. But it's look at that.
Disrespect me in this house again. I swear to God. I swear to all that's holy in this world. I will bring the wrath of God down upon you.
The wrath of God?
The
Look,
rake is on.
It's Friday. I've had a long week. I don't need any shit right now. Okay. I only got a 2-hour nap in after work today.
You'll be all right.
Only.
We'll get through the show with you. We'll hold hands.
All right.
Okay.
So, what brings us next?
So hey, don't cut me off. I say when we're done with the segment. God damn it!
Hey,
I'm not done talking about the All-Star game. I was giving Buck praise. It doesn't happen too often, but no, seriously, it's a lot of work, and I applaud Buck, but I would think a different setup. I mean, I did it in the NHL. And I'm not trying to brag by any fucking means. It's not something I like doing, to be honest, because you think the AHL is bad. Those NHLers are just ruthless. But to me,
all egotistical douches.
To me, with how stocked of a division we have, I feel like obviously, Josh, I felt like you were snubbed. I felt JVR, if not as good as Garris, had probably definitely may even had a better season than him. People could argue that. So to snub players because there's limits to it, I don't know. To me, the bet I feel there's other alternatives to it, but hey, man, you guys did it. All 3 games were played, right? It was a success.
Yeah. Well, the way that was, we played our first game, they played their second game, and then we played the championship game. So we only played 2 games since we won both.
Good. Then fuck the haters and good job, Buck. That's all I can say.
Yep. Well, JVR would have gave up. JVR basically gave up his nomination for me, so I applaud him for that.
JVR, I think, only could have made like one of the times, and I was just like, I'll just go with Garris. He can play it all. So,
I guess
real
I'll just
quick,
throw in Garris. It's fine.
I do want to shout out Salty too. He put together a great season on Bakersfield, which is not a great team, and I felt he was snubbed as well. We were kind of the consensus is we were both snubbed for the thing, and Sean, I appreciate you for recognizing. But hey, shit happens. They won regardless. Mind Trip. I don't know much about Big Lou. I honestly saw Big Lou and I was like, who the fuck is that guy? But Mind Trip has put together a good season for sure, and I definitely watched him play against you guys on Sunday, and he is really good. So, no hard feelings to anybody. I know how thankless rather this work can be. So,
yeah. So, all right, I guess that's it. Gonna get on with the show. What's that?
No, we forgot something. The first 2 teams to be eliminated from playoff contention.
Oh, we've got a couple things. Geez. First 2 teams to be eliminated from playoff contention is Tucson and Charlotte Checkers. Josh, I had to make sure I said Charlotte.
Only for Tucson. Only if those 16 games would have went their way, and they would have been right in playoff contention.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unlucky, lad.
So close, but so far. Unlucky, mate.
Close to a good season, but it didn't work out for them.
And
I mean, I don't understand. They have the 4th most goals allowed in the entire league, but they almost had a good season. I don't understand that. Also, they have, I'm pretty sure, the least amount of goals scored. Yeah, definitely the least amount of goals scored.
My sympathy goes out to Notorious. He's a good man. But
Notorious has played pretty solid this season.
He has for the cards he's been dealt. He's done.
Yeah, their goalie's been
good.
doing well. Yeah.
And I see him wheeling and dealing quite a lot. So as a manager, I feel he's despite the record, I feel like he's been successful. He's been active. He's done what he's could, with what he's had. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, what he's had. Yeah.
So, and one more thing, we didn't want people to think we forgot about it. Our little donation for Hockey Fights Cancer. You almost forgot. You forgot too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did forget about it.
It came to me as soon as you started talking. But anyways, we ended up. The total ended up becoming. It was less than 35, but we went with $35. And Tris has matched it. And originally the plan was that we'd put money together for $35, so it would have been 70. But a couple people donated their own lump sum. Some of us donated 35, some of us donated 20. So, but the total between those that donated was $164.70. Dunks.
162.
$162.70. Shout out to Dunks, Dave, Phi, and then myself. I think it was the 4 of us that all donated. So that was our total. Including Triss's as well. So $162. I will post some sort of receipt in the thread below. Once I do make that donation, it's going to be around Tuesday. I'm waiting for the PayPal transactions to go through. So that's it. So yeah, thank you guys for liking it. And it's neat. It's pretty cool to do something special like that.
Yeah, seriously, that's honestly something that hits home kind of for me. I have an uncle who passed away of cancer when I was in high school, and it means the world to someone like me. So I appreciate everybody who took the time, even if it was only a few seconds, to rate our show. I mean, it means a lot to someone like me, and I'm sure other people around the league as well.
All of us have been affected at it by
Yeah,
at one
sure.
point. Yep. So okay.
Cancer sucks.
Cancer does. Yep.
Can't wait to feel better than I ever will. Tack that shit like a kid on Benadryl.
Welcome back as we are here for Lines of the Week. No dunks this segment. It's nice. It's gonna be nice and quiet. We are gonna do.
I'm still gonna put in my 2 cents, you fucker.
You're not allowed. No. I'm sorry. I don't think so.
Wow.
East and West Lines of the Week. We're gonna start off with the West dunks, and the West is gonna be done by Down Syndrome Dave. Dave, who do we have in the West, my good sir?
See, I actually get the West this time. I gave it to Garrus last time. But starting out on left wing, we have I'm Just a Squid from Stockton, who went 3-0-0 on the week. 5 goals, 7 assists for 12 points, +6 and 4 penalty minutes. He had his 3 wins versus Texas, Chicago, and Bakersfield. Pretty even goal and assist totals. That's what I've been seeing this week a lot. Nobody's been scoring all the goals, which is nice to see. People spreading it around. Next, I'm not going to talk about him too much. Bryson 66 from the San Jose Mate Lads went 3-0 on the week. 4 goals, 4 assists, and +4 with no penalty minutes. Nice to see. I've been getting all those penalty minutes. His wins versus Tucson, San Diego, and Stockton. Good win against Stockton, not so much against Tucson. But I won't say anything. He scrub hunts. At right wing, we have Garrus 93, also with the Mate Lads, who went 3-0-0 with 4 goals, 3 assists, less points than Bryson. +7 on the week against Tucson, Stockton, and San Antonio. On lefty, we have Wally Mack from Colorado, who had a very good week given how his team has been playing around him. I feel like he's one who takes one step up from the rest of the players. He went 3-0 on the week with a goal and 4 assists, 5 points +4, and no penalty minutes, which is good to see from your defense. It's nice to have a penalty-free defensive line. His wins came against Bakersfield, Chicago, and Rockford. On right D, we have Big Lou 69 from the San Diego Gulls, who went 3-0. He had 0 goals, 4 assists, +3 with 2 penalty minutes. He also beat Tucson and also beat Rockford and Stockton. Seen a lot of the same teams this week. On goalie, we had I don't even how do you guys say that?
Lazy kid in Georgia.
Is that what it is? Okay, sure. Let's go with that. 4-0-1 on the week. Faced 68 shots, 161 goals against average with an 85.3 save percentage and a shutout. His wins came against Rockford, Stockton, Texas, and Colorado, and he had his overtime loss against the San Jose Mate Lads, which was the Bryson Garrus line, I do believe. It was.
It wasn't Garrus.
Oh, Garrus. Oh, yeah, he got cut from the line. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, he came to carry you, so just
Oh.
You got cut.
I was in the backpack hawk season, so I need to get my mini backpack out. No, I'm kidding. Ambient's going to carry me.
2 things. One, another phenomenal week from Squid. I mean, he's really doing big things on Stockton. Mac, man, fuck. We traded for him at the deadline, and we really wanted Ricky the whole season. We really tried to get him all season. Chris and I tried. And it turns out the only way we could get it done was doing the Neil for Wally swap and then sending Cobb with that to get Ricky. And man, I kind of felt bad doing it, but he's still doing big things over in Colorado. So nice job by him. A lot of people said that Zach was a big reason why he was doing so well, but he's still doing well without Zach. So hell of a job, buddy.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but praise for Wally. So clearly he's keeping up the good work. He's actually in the running for the. I can never think of the name. I know Eddie Shore. Eddie Shore. Well, I know it's the Norris in the NHL, so the Eddie Shore. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see someone like him win it. But typically, that's handed out to someone that makes the playoffs. Dunks, correct? And Lindgren is
Colorado's is in a playoff spot though.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. They I got it up right here. They're I think third. Yeah, they're third in the Western Central with 82 points. They're gonna make playoffs. They're 13 points up on the fourth place team. So
it must be nice. Must be nice when they have like 12 points less than us and that far ahead.
Yeah. Well, they have the same amount of points as us.
Oh, do they? Okay, so that's even better. We're only 5 points ahead.
Yeah.
But as much as I'd like to see Wally win it, Lindgren is he's undefeated. How do you make that argument?
Yeah.
And he is good. I mean, I'm not making shit up for Lindgren, but he is playing really well as well. So, yeah. All right. Let's. What do we got in the East there, Garris?
All right. As far as East, we have Johnny X from Laval, 3-0, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points, 11 plus minus. He has wins against Utica, Toronto, and Providence. Moving on, we have Doe, 23, from Springfield, 3-0, 7 goals, 8 assists, plus 15. Plus 5 and 2 penalty minutes. Interesting note of fact here is that he beat Manitoba, and I mean we can't even beat Manitoba, but I mean it's a good thing, a very good thing that he beat Manitoba. He also did beat Charlotte and Hartford, but if you beat Manitoba, and you go 3-0, there's a very good shot you're going to make lines of the week. Our right wing on the Binghamton Devils, we have Debo, 13, former defenseman in the winger. From my knowledge, I don't know if he ever played forward before. He did go 3-0, 3 goals, 5 assists, plus 8, 8 plus minus. I believe 14 takeaways. He had wins against Bridgeport, Rochester, and Utica. I mean, it seems like people are beating Utica this week, at least on the East. And then left defenseman, we have the GM from the Hartford Wolfpack, Bronze, 3-0, 1 goal, 4 assists, plus 5, 6 plus minus. He did beat Wilkes-Barre, Bridgeport, and Toronto. And then another person on the Laval Rocket is Grocery Stick 5. I don't know what a grocery stick is, and I don't want to know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. Moving on, we have he's 3-0, 1 goal, 6 assists, plus 7, 7-11. He has 11 plus minus. 2 penalty minutes and 12 takeaways. He beat Utica, who hasn't beat Utica, it seems like. Toronto and Binghamton. Scopes from Wilkes-Barre. I don't feel like saying all the L's and X's. I'm not a child. He is 5-0-1. He had 59 shots, 84.7 save percentage, 1.62 goals against average, and 9 goals against. He beat Springfield, Binghamton, Lehigh, Charlotte, Bridgeport, and he lost against Hershey in overtime.
Yeah, and Scopes is also 28, 8-5 on the season. He's having a good season.
That's a pretty good record. Pretty impressive. Doe putting up 15 points on a very not so good Springfield. So that's crazy. I mean, beating Manitoba is good. That helps, but 15 points is quite a bit. And it's kind of surprising, to be honest, that Bakersfield just wasn't. I mean, I guess it's the division I blame it on, but man, Grocery Stick and he's been playing well all season, and having him and Salty on Bakersfield, I'm surprised they weren't in a better position this season. But maybe that's the result of how stacked the West is. But Grocery Stick's still playing lights out even on Laval, and they could have used that help. So they definitely made out getting Johnny and Grocery Stick from them.
Oh, and Garris, I'll show you what a Grocery Stick looks like later.
Oh, stop, please. No. Don't attack.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and move on.
Now, I've always had high praise for Johnny. We were Banana League teammates way back in the day, but I'm glad to see him end up on a good team and put together a good week for them. So, nice job, buddy.
All right. That's going to do it for the lines of the week. Next up, we've got the Double D, Dunks' Detriments. Coming up next.
Can I go?
Welcome back. As we are just learning some info, and I'm going to apologize. And I'm going to blame Garrus because he's not here to defend himself. He had to go. But Doe did not have the week he had this week. He only had 2 games played, so good job.
Hang on. I mean, in Doe's defense, he did win both those 2 games, and I think he had 11 points in those 2 games. So
well, there. You go. Congratulations, Doe. 2-0 gets you on there. Nice job, buddy. All right, so now we are here for
favorite country.
Yeah, so please, no, don't say that. That cannot be said. Jeez. Our country, you're in Canada. Get out of here.
There's a lot of triggered people on this show right now.
Yes.
Oh wait, only one.
It's a mess right now. We're here with Dunks Detriments. Dunks, who are the detriment or detriments this week? What do we got, man?
So, special segment for everybody today. We have 3 detriments. We already touched on the Providence jabronis being dumbasses, so fuck them. They're not getting any more spotlight time. It is LGAHL9's time to shine. That fucker annoyed me every goddamn week, and Bryson asking when fucking whatever the fuck this show is called was going to be posted so he could watch it. And he called me a douche in the forums. Well, guess what? You're really going to feel it now, buddy. Really, winless week. 0-1-2. Lost 5-4 to Hartford. Lost 2-1 to Rochester. And 4-3 to Providence. And really great job. Especially putting up those 34, or negative 34, rather, giveaway takeaway ratio. When you don't have Eichel and Bombay out there to just feed you those tap-ins, I knew this was going to happen, and I'm glad to say that having you on the line is the end. It's the end, and I never have to deal with it again. Moving on, we have Mr. Head Honcho, who went 0-2-1. I feel kind of bad highlighting Honcho. He did play Manitoba and San Jose this week, but he also lost 6-2 to Chicago. Not a great week for our buddy Head Honcho. I think he may have lagged out in that game, so I don't want to beat up on him too bad. But we got to have content for the show, and he was a -5, 0-3 week, and just really didn't get it done this week. He was a big deadline acquisition for Cleveland. I was excited to see him go there. Really just didn't get it done. But back to the Chicago Wolves. We have Captain Douchebag himself, Canada, quitting on his team, who is only, I checked earlier, god damn it, 2 points out of a playoff spot right now. Quits on his team when he's putting together a 12-6 season with 15 points and a +25. He just said he couldn't handle the drama anymore. Let me tell you, motherfucker, you don't know shit about drama. I was season 25 Milwaukee AGM when Dan Hutton got banned, Cronksy got banned, all after the fucking trade deadline. Good God, I was ready to strangle someone. All right? I had, and I don't want to be a dick here and call these people out, but I had fucking people crying to me all day long about how it was unfair and blah, blah, blah. I had Dan Hutton saying I conspired with the league against him to get him banned. It was honestly the most ridiculous fucking thing in the world. Dan, bless his heart, literally conspired with some of the players who were still on the team that were his friends and said, hey, Dunk's got me banned on purpose, so be a complete dick to him. Make life a living hell. But you know what? We did end up putting together a pretty good season that season. But, to back out on your team and just quit on them like that, yeah, fuck you, dude. Seriously. Just stick it up your ass. I have no respect for that. But that's pretty much all I got. Eichel, yeah, you should have seen this coming. Don't call me out in the forums and then put together a winless week.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I like Honcho and I like Eichel. I do like Eichel.
I like Honcho, and I liked Canada at one point, but the respect isn't there anymore.
I never cared for him. I could tell before even that, but
I feel bad though. I feel bad.
Smitter's a great guy.
Smitter's my friend. Smitter's my friend. He literally asked me to be his AGM before the season starts, but my bad availability, I was like, buddy, I can't. And now I feel really bad that I didn't do it because I would never quit on my friend. But hey, moving on.
Yep, moving on. Those are the detriments. Thank you, Dunks. Next up, we've got the top 10 power rankings coming up next.
Wake up to a cloudy day, dark rolls in and it starts to rain.
What is going on, LG? Welcome back for the final segment of LGAHL Access. This is the top 10 power rankings, spicy top 10 power rankings. Here we are, Dunks.
Okay, no, stop.
I'm going to do it like this and work my mouse to find the teams.
So much.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Momentum.
Garris bailed, which means I got to pick up extra work for him. It's just like playing NHL. I got to pick up his extra baggage. So here we are. Disgrace. So I may do some teams back to back. I believe Garris and I were in line with each other. So you will hear me do two teams at once. But we are going to start off here at number 10. Number 10, I've got the Cleveland Monsters with 84 points, currently sitting second in the Central. Cleveland had themselves a pretty awful week, to say the least, which dropped them quite a bit. Do we have the last week's rankings? We should. They were fifth last week. Yes. Cleveland putting in a 3-6 week. Their only wins coming against Grand Rapids, Rockford, and Milwaukee, some pretty meh teams. They lost. Boy, oh boy, did they lose. They lost to Colorado. Tucson, 2-1. There's those one-goal games. 6-2 Chicago. 2-1 against Sakuda, which, by the way, was a very even game. I looked at the stats. Was there a stream for that, Dunks? I wish I would have seen it.
No, there was. I can't remember who streamed it. Who played? Bertonsky played with us, right? So I think Bertonsky streamed it.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, you're right. And then 5-0 loss to Manitoba and a 4-3 loss to Bakersfield. Cleveland's in a slump right now. Lucky for them, they're in a comfortable playoff spot and nothing to sweat too much about. Bounce back next week or these last 2 weeks, and they'll be fine. But moving on to number 9, what do we have, Dunks?
We have the good old Laval Rockets, led by RG Breezy's line. Kind of meh week for them as well. They had a lot of low-scoring games and then 1 or 2 high-scoring games. They had a 6-5 win over Syracuse, which was pretty high-scoring, and an 8-1 shellacking of Toronto and a 6-2 shellacking of Utica. Otherwise, there was a 1-0 Rochester game and a 2-1 Bridgeport game. Not too much to talk about, really. They're doing well. They're at the top of their conference, but I mean that's a division rather. But it's a pretty weak division with really only I think Laval and Utica being the top 2 teams in that division for sure. But moving on at number 7.
Oh, it'd be 8. 8 comes after 9.
Wow. Hey, I failed math or something like that.
Something like that. Let's hear it, Dave.
Okay, so Dunks told me to get amped up.
Yeah, get fired up, buddy. I want to see it.
All right, so at number 8, we have the San Diego Gulls. And now the San Diego Gulls, they went 5-2-2 on the week. Man, that is awesome. They had a 1-0 loss to the San Antonio Rampage. Man, that could have gone either way. I heard that a lot. Some teams almost didn't make the playoffs from 1-goal games. All right, and then we have an overtime loss. The triple overtime from the San Jose Barracuda. That could have gone either way. That could have been a 7-2 week right there. Overtime loss to the Bakersfield Condors. 8-1. Holy cow. And then a 7-1 shellacking from the Iowa Wild. But they did beat the Colorado Eagles in the shutout, the Texas Stars, The Stockton Heat, great win right there. The Tucson Roadrunners 7-6. That's almost not a great win. And then the Rockford Ice Hogs 2-1. All right, now what do I have at number 7? Bryson.
I really fucking enjoyed that.
Just give me a minute to recoup here. I'm processing all of that. Thank you.
Hang on. We need that every fucking week now. This cannot be a one and done thing. God damn it.
That intensity needs to be brought into game night, Dave. That is wild.
I felt like I was being introduced at a WWE fucking event.
Super Slam?
Yeah.
Okay. Once I get more amped up, you just wait.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Right.
At number 7, we have last week's.
Wait. No. 8. You're doing Sean's. Remember?
Do you know fucking math?
I just did 8.
Hang on. Oh. Wait a minute.
For those that missed it, before the show, all right, guys, let's have a clean show. Make it quick. Make it nice. Friday night. Let's get it done. Nope. Dunks is going to forget 10, 9, 8, 7. Out the fucking window. There it goes.
I'm fucking crying. I'm just...
That was a great show.
This is a great show. None of this is being edited out either. Fuck you.
I'm fucking crying. That's wet. Look at that. That's wet.
That's wet. It's moist.
All
right. So at number 7, here we are. Last week ranked 4th is the Ontario Reign. A mild week for the Reign, which dropped them a little bit because there's some teams ahead of them that did better this week. Ontario in a tough division, 85 points. They're sitting 3rd in the Pacific. Man, it's close. That whole race is exciting. It's fun. I mean, it's Stockton's pulling away from the CUDA, but those 2, 3, and 4 teams keeping it tight. The Reign this week went 5-4. All their losses were some pretty good teams. So I think I asked this last week. How will the Reign do against competition? And they've yet to give me that. They have given me the answer. Not so well. 6-1 against Bakersfield, who, yeah, they're not doing so well, but that team is still a decent team. It's just in a tough division. And then they lost to Barracuda 2-1. They lost to the Moose 2-1, and Stockton 3-0. So, those 2-1 games could have went either way, but losing 3-0 to Stockton. Look, those are 3 divisional games. If Ontario was going to make up ground and try and not only get into 2nd in the division, but maybe catch up to Stockton, those 3 games were key, and they let it slip. But they're still in the play. They're still in the play. What? That
San Jose game was overtime, I do believe.
So
they get 1 point.
You were in a dunks, right? Yep. So okay week for Ontario. Based on the scores, they could have made up some serious ground and cemented themselves a little bit more into this Pacific division. But nonetheless, 5-4, still good, leaving themselves at number 7. I'm not going to stop here. We're going to move along here to number 6. Number 6, we have the 2nd place team in the Eastern North Division. It is the Utica Comets, tied with Rochester, actually, with 77 points. Utica putting in a pretty good week, 6-3 week. Their losses were against Springfield 4-0, Laval 6-2, and Binghamton 8-3. Binghamton putting on the goals. They picked up wins over Belleville, who might have been a forfeit. I'm not entirely sure there. And then a 2-1 win over Syracuse, 4-3 over Rochester, 7-3 over Lehigh Valley, 3-2 over Hershey. Rest in peace, Crosby, and 6-5 over Toronto. Very good week for 2 siblings and the boys. But we are going to move it on here from Utica to number 5. Dunks, who do we have at number 5?
I just want to remind myself right now. Oh. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not getting the green.
Are we live right now? We're live.
I'm not getting the green bubbles next to my name in the corner, so I didn't think you guys could hear. I thought my inline mic was.
I see your green bubbles.
We see the green bubbles.
Anyways, number 5. After that is number 4. I'm going to remind myself now. 7-2 week from the Binghamton Devils. They lost to Wilkes-Barre, who's one of the top teams in the East, and Laval as well, the other top team in the East. Kept those games pretty tight with a 4-2 and a 3-2 loss, respectively. Otherwise, putting together some really, really good games. A forfeit or not, there was a 3-0 win over Bridgeport, and then this Syracuse game, I'll tell you right now, was a forfeit win, so that's not a shutout there. Otherwise, they had they won a couple one-goal games. They beat Toronto 5-1, and you mentioned that, Bryson. They crushed Utica 8-3, and they beat Providence 5-2. But Providence, I have a feeling they're going to fall off now that half their team got banned, or not half, but most of. They're on a 4-game skid, so I'm sure Bridgeport's going to leapfrog them here coming soon. But moving on to number 4, I got it that time. Dave, who do we have, my friend?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Fuck yeah, I'm hyped.
Alrighty, at number 4, we have the San Jose Mate Lads. Now, the Mate Lads had a pretty okay week this week. They went 6-3. They beat the Tucson Roadrunners, who are not in contention for the playoffs anymore. So you don't get no credit. Now, we had a triple overtime win against the San Diego Gulls and a 3-2 loss to the Grand Rapids Griffins. I was probably in that game, but I don't remember because I don't play hockey with my thumbs. Now, 2-1 overtime win, come on, Bryson, to the Ontario Reign, and a 2-1 overtime win to the Cleveland Monsters. Now, it looks like these San Jose Mate Lads, they love playing extra hockey. And a 2-1 win over the Stockton Heat, not in overtime. That was regulation. We're catching up 1 point at a time. Now, a 7-3 loss to the San Jose Barracuda. I was in that game. I will give you that. So that was my fault. I am the detriment. Now, a 5-1 win versus the San Antonio Rampage, and to close it off, a 4-1 heater against the Manitoba Moose. All right, on to number 2 or 3, Bryson.
This is wow. Dave, you could do some serious professional work. I'm impressed.
I am enjoying the shit out of this. This is my work, and I love this. I told Dave, "Yo, get hyped," and I'm speechless.
Job well
hyped.
Done, Dunks.
I will be the motivational speaker before every game that I'm in now.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I do want to say those 2 overtime games against Ontario and Cleveland were super fun. So good games to those guys that were in those games.
So was the San Diego one. Man, that mind trip, telling you, triggered me, man. He played some awesome D. But moving on, we are now at number 3. Number 3 is the Stockton Heat, Grandpa Puff and the boys. Man, the management doesn't even get recognition anymore. It's Grandpa Puff's team. He has taken over. They are sitting currently first in the Pacific. They are 10 points behind the conference leader of the Manitoba Moose. Stockton went 5-4 this week. Their losses came against Manitoba, 1-0. Grand Rapids, 1-0. Barracuda, 2-1, and San Diego, 4-3. All 1-goal games. Could have been a 9-0 week for the Heat. But they picked up wins over Texas, 5-4. Bakersfield, 3-1. San Antonio 2-1, Ontario 3-0, and a big 7-1 win over Chicago to wrap up the week. Man, this team's good. It's really good. It's a good team, but it's a great team with Grandpa Puff, and the man is doing all he can, man. Especially even in those losses, trying to keep his team in it. We'll see how far it takes him. Good goalie can take a team very far, and most people know that. So. Moving on here to number 2. Number 2, we've got the current top team in the East, and probably going to stay that way based on how well they're playing, especially their goalie Scopes, like we mentioned earlier on the show. It is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins with 90 points, sitting atop of the first, 8 ahead of Laval. Wilkes-Barre went 6-3 this week. Their losses came against Hartford, 4-3, Hershey 2-1, GG Crosby, 5-4 against Belleville. Their wins were 5-1 over Bridgeport, 6-2 over the Charlotte Checkers, 3-2 over Lehigh Valley, 4-2 over Binghamton, 1-0 win over Springfield, and a 1-0 win over Providence. I could check if they're forfeits real quick, but a very solid week for Wilkes-Barre. There's a lot of teams that are going to bounce back and forth. So Providence was a 1-0 win. Springfield was a forfeit, to confirm for you, ladies and gentlemen. But Springfield. Wilkes-Barre Scranton is going to be the top team in the East, the team to beat. Sure, some of those other divisional teams are going to make a case to argue, but you look at their division, they have Crosby. That's the Hershey Bears, the only team that's going to compete with them. Lehigh Valley and Providence are really going to slip here, to the point where Bridgeport might even slip in there, and management quitting is what's hindered that division. So
slipping in there.
Yeah, slipping in there. Moving on to number one, Dunks. Who do we have?
Number one, I think
Get
Bryson
amped.
does this to torture me. I have to talk about those goddamn motherfucking Manitoba Moose who I haven't beaten once this goddamn season.
Meese.
Fuck off. I'm not angry enough about this, okay? All right.
Meath lads.
I gotta say though, I gotta give our team a little bit of credit. We're getting better every time we play them. It was only 4-1 this time.
Well, next time it should be 1-0 by math, Josh. We know how good you are with that.
Yeah, math is hard, okay? Numbers, and then when you throw in letters and algebra, that shit's weird. And then shapes, geometry is stupid. Anyways, let's get back on track. First team to surpass 100 points this season, Manitoba Moose. They went 7-2, blah, blah, blah. They shut out 2 teams this week and had a forfeit win over Chicago. And they shut out Stockton, 2 really good teams, and I really hate talking about them. And fuck this. I think Dave and I switched roles. I think that's what happened.
I would not be disrespected at all if everyone on Manitoba stopped watching. That was disrespectful.
I want to move his left hand away from
I'm just like, I'm so defeated at this point. That's how I feel. But nonetheless, they're putting together a good season. I got to give it to Lingros and Fourth and the rest of their management and other people on the team. I mean, they're really getting it done. I have no room to bash them. They've been unbelievable this season. I do kind of feel bad that my buddy Kubrick got beat by Milwaukee. I know how you feel though, buddy. So you'll bounce back. Don't worry. I love you anyways. Moving on. That's it. That's the power ranking.
Moving on. That's it.
I like the cameo appearances by your roommate there, Dunks.
Yeah, how's Devin doing?
Yeah, he just got home. He's good. He's angry because Amazon didn't deliver Cassie's food again, so we're kind of getting sick of that. They always deliver it a day late, even though it's a Prime item.
Well, then you should know to order a day early.
Ooh. Hey,
kindly suck my ass, or they can provide good customer service and do their fucking job.
Touche. I don't disagree. Yeah. Manitoba sit at the top of the rankings again. Like they've having a great season. You know, it's not that we're sick of talking about them. It's because we're sick of talking about them. They're doing so well.
I'm so tired. I'm not tired of talking about them. I'm tired of fucking losing to them. That's. I mean, I gotta say though, like, other than some weird plays that happened in our game, I think that was a much closer game than any game we've played against them. But other than that,
yeah, Manitoba's good. But that's
they're so good.
That's it, guys. That's the show. Garrus, thanks for being here. Nope, just kidding. You left. No, but thanks.
America.
Thank you. Please.
Fuck him.
But Garrus,
he was like, "Yo, I gotta go. There's a girl waiting for me at the bar." Yeah, then fucking make her wait, you idiot.
Anyways, thank you, Garrus, for doing half a show. Dunks, Dave, thank you for doing a full show. Garrus will be offered part-time benefits rather than the full-time benefits that you two are receiving.
Yeah. Ooh. Also, if everyone wants to wish Fi, good health. He's not feeling too well. He's got some really bad back issues going on. So that's why he hasn't been around lately, guys. So
Yeah,
hopefully
he's
he'll
in
be back
pain.
soon.
So yeah, send Fi some love. We love Fi. Fi, hope you get better, buddy. And Crosby's a dickhead. I don't know where he is. Fuck him. I'm gonna shit talk
Dude,
him.
we moved the show to tonight so that he could make it, and he didn't show. That's so funny.
He will feel my wrath. I will find a way to trigger him for weeks to come. So
Good.
yeah. So, all right, that's gonna do it with the show, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being on the show. And till then, we'll see you next week. Everyone have a good week, and we'll see you then.
Seen enough of it, heard enough of it, felt enough of it, had enough of it. I am so freaking bored, nothing to do today. I guess I'll sit around and meditate.